Hey, hey, welcome, welcome. Movement Monday here with Ray and Ryan. I am Ray. That's Ryan. This is Movement Monday with Ray and Ryan. We come on here to chat with you guys about movement, fitness, and how it coincides with vitamins and supplementation, and just give different, uh, discussions on different ways of movement and different ways of keeping yourself healthy, keeping yourself conditioned for everyday life, and just encouraging movement. How you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. As you can see, I spent some time in Mexico, so I'm a little bit darker than I was last time that we were on. So I got a little bit of color.
Yeah, yeah. You had a good time. The pictures I saw looked amazing.
It was a great time. It was very relaxing. My wife and I went for a wedding, and then after we spent 4 days with the wedding group, and then we had 4 days where we went to a different resort by ourselves, and so kind of got 4 days of recuperation and just relaxation and chilling, and it was very relaxing, very very reviving. But came right back to a full plate, so we jumped right back into into the busy life, and not complaining
Yeah.
by any means. Vacation was great. Enjoyed every minute of it. Was ready to come home. Miss my boy. Miss my dogs. So you know how that goes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you made it back all right, and that you had a really good time. That's the most important part.
Thanks. Definitely.
Yeah.
It was refreshing, and relaxing, and here we are. We're ready to go again.
Yeah. Yeah. So while you were down there basking in the sun, we were up here playing in the snow.
Nice. I saw that some of the areas got snow, but I checked my cameras around my house, and I'm like, well, there's no snow at my house, so it
Oh
was, yeah, and
yeah,
it's
we got some, and it was that real wet, heavy, not fun snow.
yeah,
There's a lot of power outages just because the weight, breaking branches and power lines and all that stuff. But
yeah,
we got through it. Got through it.
yeah.
And now,
Well, and my wife loves the snow, and so it's like clockwork. Every time it snows, she's going to be out of town, so this is kind of
yeah,
funny.
yeah. Well, we were kind of talking before we got on here about our topic for today, and we were wanting to talk about kind of overcoming a mindset. Getting out of your own way. You brought, and I'll let you tell the story, but brought an example of offering to do something with somebody, but they declined because they didn't feel they could do it up to your level. And I've experienced that myself. So I think we should touch on that it's not, when people ask you to do something like that, it's because we think you're capable of doing it, and that we want to do it with you, not that we want, okay, here, you go do it on your own, I'm going to go do my thing, and we'll see you at the end.
100%.
I think it's a, hey, let's go do this together. I'm here for you. um that type of situation. I think I've ran into people where they get into that, oh, I can't do that, I'm not as good as you, I can't do that with you. And that's completely not what it's about in that situation. So I think we should touch on that.
Yeah. Well, and you and I are both where we're at because we like helping people. And so, I know for me, and I'm almost positive I can speak for you, that when I offer to do any activity with somebody, a run, a walk, just any type of a commitment like that, it's because I want to help somebody. And it's not always because, I need it for me. It's because my whole goal is to help people in every aspect of what I do. In all the avenues of my life, there's an aspect of help in everything that I do. And like you said, we make offers because we want to help and we want to be there with you, and it's not because we don't think you can keep up. And it's definitely not fishing for a compliment to say, oh, well, you're so great, because um, I don't necessarily see myself as all that great. I've still got a lot of room to grow, and I know that I stay pretty active. I keep pretty dedicated to my workout, and to staying as healthy and active as I can be. But also I know that, it's not easy for everybody to find somebody to partner with to do those kind of things. And so it is easy with a partner. We've had many discussions about talking about, accountability buddies, and all that, that goes with keeping you on track and moving you to that next level. And so it's not always about me. It's not always about, you. It's about what we want to do with other people and how we want to encourage them. So, and that's, you hit the nail on the head there when you said, it's not about what level you see us at. It's at the fact that we want to do things with you. And it's not, I know for me, and you can chime in if you disagree or if you agree, or it's a little bit different, but I'll find time to do my own things if I feel like I didn't get a good enough workout when I'm with somebody. And so if I'm offering to exercise with you, it's because I want to encourage you to exercise. Sometimes it's because, I look for different ways to make sure that I'm staying on track. And so when I commit to doing something to somebody, I'm afraid of letting other people down. So I'll say, hey, I'll do that with you, just because I have an accountability buddy there that says, are we still on for today? And that's important,
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely the same way. If I ask to go do something with it, it's because I want to go, probably just spend the time with you. I mean, it could be underwater basket weaving. I mean, I don't care what the activity is. It's just something something we can go do together and, have that bonding time, or, whatever it is. But if it is something active and it doesn't fulfill my movement need or want or whatever, then like you said, then later on or a different time, I'll go do what I need to do to fulfill myself. But that's, in that moment with that person, it's not about what I need, what I'm feeling. I want to go do something with you, help you accomplish something maybe, and then just enjoy that ride. Like if it's something that I need to do at my level, then I'd probably go talk to somebody more on my level or a little above that can pull me along and to make me better. But it's, if I'm asking you to do something, it's because I want to do that with you, not because I need something other than, hey, I just want to go spend time with you.
Indeed. And the other thing to consider there is, we talk a lot about, being 1% better than you were the last time. And my goal is to encourage people, to help them to be better, and to, if I have to step it back a notch to help somebody become better, that's great. But also don't just write off the invitation and say, I can't keep up with you because you don't think you're strong enough. We'll get there. And so if you continue to put off the option and put off the offer, then you're never going to get stronger. Who knows, at some point you could overcome. You could be, the student becomes the instructor, type of situation, and that could happen. And those are the opportunities that everybody needs to take, and that's the importance of what we do, and the importance of movement, the importance of continuous exercise, and continuing your body to move, and treating your body healthy, and like a temple, like the cliche term, your body's a temple, you got to take care of it. But it's a means of challenging yourself to do a little bit better. And with my workouts at Orange Theory, they can be a bit intense sometimes, and but if that's not your thing, that's not your forte. If it's one or two classes that you do with me because you're being in town or whatnot, or I'm there with you, or I was thinking I'm going to California here in a couple weeks, and in a few weeks, and what am I going to do when I'm there? I might do Orange Theory, probably will, but also it's a different change, it's a different option. What if you try these classes and it's not as hard as you think it is? What if you try them? It's an enjoyable workout for you. What if I try somebody else's workout and that's where I want to go? I see you in your CrossFit videos all the time, and I'm like, oh, I like that movement. I'd like to do that movement. It's just I have my committed alley or my committed lane now, And so, but I bank all that stuff for, that's something I want to be able to do. Your handstand push-ups, are pretty awesome. I love watching the progress of that, but it's also, it's a completely different thing for me. And so at some point, I'd like to try that style of workout. I went with my wife to do a workout at the Athletics when they had a couples workout day, because it's a women's only gym, but they allowed the men to come in on Valentine's Day a year ago. And I went in and I'm like, all right, well, going to the women's gym, and I could have said, no, that's too easy. I don't want to do that, because that's that goes the other direction of saying no for an offer. But she's like, well, do you want to come with me? And I was like, heck yeah, I want to go with you. I want to support you. And it's kind of, it's always cool to be able to work out with your partner. And I was surprised, and surprised because I got my butt kicked, because it was a tough class. But I think that one leads more towards the CrossFit style, and there was rope pulls, and there was box jumps, and there was and it's still different stations, very similar to what we do at Orange Theory, but it's just a little bit more of a strength based type of thing, and not as much cardio in there. And so had I not gone with her, I would have never known. I would always just assume that I could do anything that they're doing. But I can tell you, there's probably some things that some of the women there do that I can't do. And so, and that's the same with any arena. That there's always going to be people in other arenas that do things a little bit better, but there's going to be things that you shine at too. And so, and that goes with coaching kids sports. You and I both do that. And so, if you tell, if somebody can pitch and you can't pitch, that's okay. They may not be able to hit and you can hit, or whatever the case may be there, and it's always a matter of finding what you're good at, growing on it, and finding the things that you can work on, and honing it in, and understanding that's, that's your growth area. There's things that you'll strive at, and there's things that you're going to have to work at.
Yeah, that's like coaching 101 right there. Is just identifying what you're good at, keep doing it, do it, rock at it. Okay. But now we also identify, hey, you're not so good at this, but we need to get that brought up here a little bit, kind of balance it out a little. So that's like coaching 101 right there. And then, there's a lot more to it than that, but on a pretty base level, that's what it is. Yeah, no, I think it's great that you went with your wife to her gym, and did that with her. And I love surprises like that, where you kind of think, oh, this might be kind of easy, and then you go in there and you walk out and you're like, holy, you got destroyed. But,
there was another guy that was we went with another couple as well, and he looked at me, he's like, bro, is this hard? And I'm like, yeah, it's hard. He's like, all right, I want to make sure that it wasn't just me. And I'm like, it's hard, man. So he's like, all right, cool. I was feeling a little gassed, and I'm like, I probably, like, I'm not sure that I should be gassed, but I'm gassed. And I'm like, no, I'm feeling it. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But no, I think it's just trying to get over, or get other people over that mindset of, no, I can't go do that with you. I'm not there. And it's just, hey, just come try it. We're asking you to do this because we want to see you succeed, not, anything for us personally. Just spend time with you and see you accomplish something. And we want to help doing that. So, and I can speak to you for you too. I'm sure whatever we're going to do, we can bring it down and meet you where you're at. We don't have to, hey, if we're going to go do this, we got to go do it at Mach 9. We can bring it back to, just go walk a few laps and call it good. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant.
Yeah, that triggers something that my mom used to say to me when I was a kid is you said, don't think you can't do it. And my mom would always say, can't is another 4-letter word. It's a word that you shouldn't be using, because, maybe you can't do it right now, but you can do it. It's just a matter of how you're going to work to get to be able to do it. And so, That's one that she told me that has stuck with me for my whole life. And you totally just triggered it right now when you said, get that out of your head that you can't do that. And so, um, and it's so right, because there's so much we can do if we work at it out long enough. It's just how determined are you to get there?
Yeah. I've used kind of with some people that I know pretty well. When I go, just for an example, we go run. If it's their first time or something going out, but they want to go do it, I'll start at a pace that's almost uncomfortably slow for them, so that after we're going a little bit, like, hey, they'll bring it up, hey, let's go a little faster. So then that's the confidence in their head building, and it's not me pushing them, but it's them saying, hey, let's pick it up a little bit. All right, yeah, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And then so eventually get to where I kind of think where they should be or could be, but it's more letting them think they're controlling it than they really are. But so now a couple of my secrets are out of the bag, but that's all right.
It's fine. Well, and I recently attended a coaching seminar for Little League, and one of the things that they started out with immediately got my attention, because it just spoke like to my energy, to how I like to do things. It said, you're not coaching baseball, you're coaching confidence and comfort, and you've got to have them be comfortable in their game and confident in what they can do. And you're coaching that, because the more that they're confident and comfortable in what they're doing, the further they're going to go. And I'm like, oh, that just, it was like, tell me more. I mean, he started out the gate with that, and I'm like, all right, this is going to be good for me. I don't care what I get out of this from baseball, but I actually got a lot of baseball stuff out of it too. But get it, just the mental game of and he kept coming back to it. He goes, all right, make sure they're comfortable, make sure they're confident, and he just kept throwing it in every little tidbit of information that he had, and I'm like, I really like that, and so, and that it applies for me coaching people at Orange Theory as well. I have to coach them to be confident in their ability and comfortable that they're getting there, and it's a matter of finding a comfort zone, pushing it a little bit, getting out of your comfort zone, but within your own mindset comfort of I'm consciously challenging myself to be better.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where growth comes, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you got to get out of the comfort zone to grow.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, no, I love that, being comfortable.
Yeah.
When I was working with young umpires, you figure an umpire in a baseball game, or a professional game, it's 9 innings. They're getting a little better with time, but it's 3.5 hours, and you're doing, if you're working behind the plate, you're doing 400 to 500 squats, because there's that many pitches in a game. I teach them a lot when we're working on stance and all this stuff. I'm like, hey, this is kind of the basics, the spot where we want you to be, but it's up to you to find that spot that's comfortable, because you're going to be in it for a long time. And if you're not comfortable, then you're thinking about, hey, I'm not very comfortable, and you're not thinking about seeing the pitch coming in, or whatever it is you're supposed to be concentrating on, because you're worried about, oh, I'm so uncomfortable, this hurts, that hurts. But if you're comfortable, then you can focus on what you need to focus on.
Yeah.
So I love that. Be comfortable.
And that's the first time I've ever put to mind how much squatting is in umpiring. You just blew my mind with that statement. I'm like, well, yeah, I guess they are squatting a lot. I've thought about it for catchers, because Cruz does some catching here and there, but and he's always has a little bit of, oh, the back of my legs hurt. Yeah, but those are your those are your quads. They're gonna, or your hamstrings. Those are gonna hurt, and probably the front of your quads too hurt a little bit. He's like, they do, and I was like, because that's a different level of baseball. It's
Yeah.
not straight up. It's up, and it's up and down. And so, but he powers through it, and he tackles it. He's a strong kid. So,
Yeah.
but it's just that's nuts. That I don't think a lot of people would consider that it's 9.5 or 9 innings of squatting, and so that's a good 3 hours of just going, and anybody that's in squats for an extended period of time knows how much work that is. So
Yeah.
yeah. Well, good.
Good stuff.
Anything else you wanted to touch base on before we wrap up?
No, I think that's good.
Good. All righty. Well, we'll wrap up. Again, this is Movement Monday with Ray and Ryan. I'm Ray. That's Ryan. If you're watching us on YouTube, please give us a follow. Hit that bell and turn on notifications for new episodes. We have a new episode every Monday. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a follow on any of the socials. We'd love the support. If you have questions for us, please feel free to reach out. If there's any information that you'd like to share with us, or perhaps like to come on and share with us, we'd love to have you as a guest. Having a guest is always fun for us. Ryan and I are both promoters for Innovative Nutrition. So if you have any questions on vitamins and supplements, please be sure to reach out to us. We'd love to give you more information on that. Other than that, we will wrap it up, and we'll see you all next time. Take care.
Yeah. Have a great day.